Mate, that is a frustrating feeling after that game. United losing 2-1 against Villa. United deserved more from that game. I don't care what anyone says. We genuinely controlled that game. We had a midfield setup. I thought we were going to get overran. We didn't. But it's a game about the overall team performance and then about three individuals. I'll run through it now. Because going into that game, Villa had 1-9 on the spin. We didn't have Maguire. We didn't have Ligt. We didn't have Ahmad. We didn't have Mbeumo. We didn't have Casemiro. Second half, we didn't have Bruno. We're not even when we've got our strongest 11, we're not the strongest of teams and we have weaknesses. So to play how we did in that first half, I was impressed. We played Ugarte, sure, but we played Mount and Bruno. It was kind of a midfield three. We weren't getting overrun. We were actually playing through them. We were creating good chances. But man one that game was about, and ultimately the winner. Morgan Rogers. Ridiculous first goal. The second goal, frustrating, but two incredible finishes, really, from a player who won the match. Man of the match. Outstanding performance from him. Counter that with how Yoro played. That first one, the ball went over. McGinn just whipped it towards Rogers. Had no right to touch it. Controlled it right on the touchline. Yoro should have got closer. A bit like, I suppose, Aiden Heaven in, was it Bournemouth, when he could have closed down Semenyo and he didn't? That's what Yoro should have done. He didn't go too tight to Rogers. Rogers came in and it was an unbelievable finish. But the second one, I wouldn't say it was a carbon copy, but again, Yoro wasn't quick enough to react. So this is a game about how magic Rogers was, how unresponsive Yoro was, and Cunha. Like, that goal was great. Mate, that header, my jaw was on the floor. How did that header not go in? Someone tell me. 4 yards out, Dorgu, probably his best match of the season. Great cross. Cunha, unmarked. No pressure, no anything. 4 yards. How's that not going in? That's 2-2. Which I think would have been a fair result from that game. But he missed it. And I never thought I'd see this. And to be fair to United, even in that second half with Bruno out, like we had, what was our team at the end there? We had Martinez at centre-back. We had Jack Fletcher in midfield alongside, for his debut, by the way. Congratulations to him. Who was in midfield alongside him at the end? I don't even know. Was it Mason Mount there? And then Lacey also coming on for his debut. United in the second half, I thought after Bruno went off that we would just be kind of completely disappear. But to his credit, Martinez, I thought, played well there. That's what I mean. I'm coming away from that game and I'm just full of frustration. Rogers was pretty much unplayable. When you give him the space that Yoro gave him, you're going to get punished. And then when you don't take the chances like Cunha had to make it 2-2, you're going to lose a game of football. And that was, as I said, I'm going to repeat that. That was in a game where United didn't have our best player of the season, didn't have our second best player of the season, didn't have our best centre-back of the season. And we controlled a team that had won 9 in a row. Like, we didn't just, I don't know, sneak a goal and then like sit back and soak it all up. We played better than Villa did for the majority of that game. Let's be totally frank. And we're coming away with nothing. That's why it's frustrating. Results are everything. I know that. But Yoro wasn't tight enough to Rogers. Twice. Both led to goals. Cunha got his goal. Should have scored the second one. Ah, man. Like, my prediction was 2-2. I think it should have been 2-2. I really, really do. As I said, like, I thought Martinez actually played quite well in central midfield. It was an unexpected sub, but you can understand why Amorim did it, because Martinez, with those vertical passes in midfield, it made United more progressive. Congratulations to both Lacey and Jack Fletcher getting their debuts for United, but it's a loss for them both. I want to say to Heaven, or about Heaven, again, I thought he played pretty damn well. Like, on the pitch this season, when you've seen Heaven and Yoro playing together, it's Heaven who's looking like the better centre-back. Like, Yoro, look, man, when it comes to making mistakes in football, there's nothing wrong with making mistakes. But, dude, if you make the same mistake twice in the same game against the same player that leads directly to 2 goals, then you got to reassess things. The first one, it's just an aggression thing. There's different styles of defending. You know, the Van Dijk way where you just like step back and you just kind of mark the space. It's not what you should have done. The second one was just, it wasn't quick enough to react. And I think Ruben Amorim's just I think he's going to be very happy with the overall performance. Now, ultimately, that doesn't really matter because we just lost to Villa, right? We lose. Doesn't matter what the performance was, right? I wasn't expecting United to control that game of football there today, and we did. I was expecting United to get overran in midfield, and we weren't. And I'm saying, like, our midfield is not strong this season, let alone when you take Casemiro out of it and Bruno out of it. Our midfield's already weak, and the entire midfield wasn't on the pitch in the second half. But still, we actually created plenty of chances going forward. Man, Cunha, why couldn't you bury that? It's just annoying, man. That's my overall feeling coming out of that game. What else can you say? How many points is that recently now? We've got Newcastle on Boxing Day. Who knows what to expect? Because we might be without this man. Seeing Bruno Fernandes walk off holding his hamstring and not come out for the second half is probably the worst thing that happened there today. Probably worse than the result itself. Because it certainly wasn't the performance. Now, I know there's going to be people going over the top, overboard. Naturally. It's what happens with the reactions of any game from United fans these days. But I'm not pissed off at how he played. If anything, I was happy. There was a shift. And I'll tell you what. How goddamn unlucky does Kobbie Mainoo have to be waiting all season for his opportunity, and in the game where Casemiro is suspended, and then Bruno goes off at half-time, and then 2 midfielders, and then he's now out with a calf strain for a few weeks. I mean, you couldn't write it. You really couldn't write it. Sod knows who our midfield's going to be against Newcastle now. If Bruno's out, well, Casemiro will be back. I'm guessing you'll play Ugarte there. I don't know. Sod knows. What else can you say? Yoro made the mistakes. Rodgers had moments of magic, just like any team. Their best players are capable of mojo. That was why he was my dream signing going into the summer. It's no surprise that he played like that. He's a great player. Don't give him that much space, Yoro. Bad lesson for Yoro today, and ultimately it kind of cost United the result. But at the same time, Cunha could have buried that, and we could have come away with a draw, which I think would have been a fair result. It's a good performance, a good team performance. Individual errors at the back and the front. I suppose that it's always going to be individual errors that dictate games because they're the moments that define matches either way. But it's just frustrating to see United actually control Villa there today and come away with sweet FA.